In this video, we are going to talk about Toshi, some of its recent price action, the important support and resistance areas, and where we can expect the price of Toshi to go in the next few days and weeks. So we will look at the weekly chart, and what we can see here is that the Toshi has been continuously dumping with no rally in sight since October of 2025 really. Toshi is just continuing to dump further and further and creating new all-time lows. Very recently, just in the last couple of weeks, we've seen Toshi create another all-time low, and really it seems like Toshi just continues dumping no matter what happens with the rest of the crypto market. Even back in the last couple of months when we've seen Bitcoin get a significant rally from 60k to about 82k, and we've seen most of the crypto market following it and getting pretty significant rallies, with many altcoins even outperforming Bitcoin. Toshi has been just doing absolutely horribly. Even when Bitcoin was rallying, we've seen it get a consolidation at best for a few weeks and then just continue dumping, and then more recently when we've seen Bitcoin get a dump as well, getting all the way back down to 60k, Toshi has been continuing to dump further and further, and it is now at around the all-time low. As I said, it has broken down below every single support area without even much struggle at all. It went below this trend line that was very significant support in the past, and then this support area as well as the all-time low. Really, it seems like it is breaking down below every single support area pretty easily. Every time it just consolidates for a couple of weeks and then continues to dump much further, and now really there isn't any support area for Toshi left. It has just broken down below literally everything. Toshi dumped nearly 90% in just a few months, and despite this, honestly, I don't think that it is going to get a rally really anytime soon. I think that despite it dumping so much, there is nothing preventing Toshi from dumping another 90% in the next 6 months. I think that it is definitely possible, and actually quite likely even, honestly. I think that Toshi will probably just continue dumping. There are no support areas. We are most likely still in a bear market, and I really don't see any hope for Toshi. The only hope for Toshi at the moment, I think, is if Bitcoin gets a relief rally, which I think is actually quite likely. Bitcoin has gotten to very oversold RSI levels recently, all the way down to about 15 on the daily RSI, as well as hitting the area of support at 60k. This is basically the same level of RSI as well as price as what we've seen Bitcoin at back in February, and back then it got a very significant relief rally of over 30%, and this time I do think that it will get another rally again, but I'm expecting this rally to be shorter and only lead to Bitcoin getting to about 70 to 75k and creating a lower high, since I do think that we are still most likely in a bear market and Bitcoin is in a downtrend. I think that this will be a lower high, as I said. So if that does happen, there is some chance of Toshi maybe getting a bit of a recovery, but really, back in February when Bitcoin was getting this rally, we haven't seen Toshi getting a rally, and really all we've seen is a consolidation. So this time, especially with Bitcoin getting a smaller rally, I don't think that the chances of Toshi are really good. I think that at best we will see a very small rally by Toshi, probably a bit of a consolidation before it just continues dumping further. Really, Toshi has been just performing so horribly for so long. Also guys, if you are enjoying these videos and you want more updates about Toshi and you're getting any value from them, please make sure to subscribe and hit that subscribe button. It allows me to continue making these videos, and it really helps the channel way more than you know. So again, with Toshi, I don't want to say it's dead, but honestly, I'm very pessimistic about it. This is actually quite typical for such a small market cap meme coin. It seems like the hype behind it has been slowing down, and it is really not looking good for Toshi in the long term. I think that it will eventually just continue dumping and creating new all-time lows for many more months, since again, I think that we are still most likely in a bear market, and I think that Bitcoin will eventually break down below 60k and continue to create new lows for this bear market. And really, I think that Toshi will probably even underperform Bitcoin as Bitcoin goes lower. I think that Toshi will dump even further, and I think that there is no significant chance for Toshi to get a sustained rally and perform well for many more months until we are back into a bull market, and even then it doesn't guarantee whatsoever. I think that it could take many more months for Toshi to do well, and honestly it could even never do well again. It could even go much lower. It could dump over 90% again, and really I'm very pessimistic about Toshi. Of course, since it is a meme coin, there's really no real value or use for Toshi, and I don't think that it's absurd to say that it's possible for Toshi to just never really recover, honestly. We've seen similar stuff with some of the altcoins that have rallied significantly back in the altcoin season of 2021. Now Toshi is not one of them, but it has gotten a very significant rally back when it launched, and I really don't see it getting back up there into new all-time highs anytime soon. It could take years before that happens, if any time at all. And you guys, there's just not much for me to say about Toshi. It is looking absolutely horrible. Also in general, I'm quite pessimistic about altcoins as a whole. Historically, for us to see an altcoin season and altcoins outperforming Bitcoin, we first need to see Bitcoin getting to new all-time highs, followed by Ethereum, and currently Bitcoin is about 50% down from its all-time high, and Ethereum even more than that. So really, I think that the chances of an altcoin season anytime soon and altcoins outperforming Bitcoin for a prolonged period of time are very slim, and I don't expect this to happen at least in 2026 and possibly even much further than that. Of course, there can be some exceptions and some specific altcoins outperforming Bitcoin, but I really don't see a reason to why Toshi would be one of them, and I am very pessimistic about it. Of course, with it being such a small market cap meme coin, things can change very quickly, and it is very volatile. Who knows, maybe the hype comes back and Toshi gets a significant rally and a trend reversal, but it seems very unlikely to me. If it does happen, I will make sure to update you guys, so make sure to subscribe to not miss that out, and I will be following Toshi to see what it is doing. But at the moment, as I said, I am very pessimistic about Toshi. Again, none of what I said in this video is financial advice, and that's going to be it for this video. If you enjoyed it and you want more updates about Toshi, as well as other meme coins and altcoins, make sure to subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.